Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, loves. Welcome. How is everybody? We took a day off. Now we're here again. Get some coffee and a spliff. Welcome, Ellie White Rabbit, Lorraine Eyes, Dame Deb of the Queen Bees, Lynn Champagne Love, Chrissy X Ferris. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Yeah. Boy, oh boy. All right, let's get on. How is everyone? What are we doing? We got the candle, we got the cube, got the cards. All right, taking a break, taking it easy. Welcome, Seattle rain. Interesting. Why? Anyway, we'll get there. Just thinking about this crap, just looking at this crap again, trying to make it make sense in my brain. How does this work? This is a sequence. How does this work? I don't know. Still trying to figure that out. Yeah. All right, here's what we're going to do. Oh, good for you, White Rabbit. Kickboxing cardio, that sounds good. Yeah, me too, Ellie. Tired. It's been a long fucking week already. It's only Wednesday. Man. Wednesday. I feel like I've been put through the ringer already. Too much bullshit, man. Too much bullshit. God. I think we should take a 6-month vacation from everything. God. All right. All right, real quick, carry on. I'm going to take a quick break. Cue up what we're going to do. Of course, we're talking about the Soy Brothers. The Moy Brothers. Sorry, Moy Brothers. Soy Boys. Soy Brothers. Whatever they are. I don't know. Welcome, Sir Equinox. F5. Dylan. We should go to our house with pitchforks and torches and say, get your ass out here. Get out here. And give me that GoFundMe money. All right. All right. Quick break. Then we'll get on to what we're doing. Don't forget the cube. The cube loves you. And the cards. But the cube loves you. And the candle loves you. All right. Welcome, Edie Redman. There you are. Where were you? I called you all day and all night, and you didn't answer your phone. Where were you? I have to put a tracking device on your car to find where you are. Gee, I always wondered about that in this case. Did anybody ever put a tracking device on anybody's car? I always contemplated that. I don't know why, but it's one of those things you think about. Like, I wonder if any of these people had tracking devices under their car. Just one of those random thoughts. It actually would make sense in certain ways. Like knowing when somebody's going to be home when they shouldn't be home. You know, like Kaylee. Anyway, quick break. Quick break. Then we get into what we're doing. Soy boys. I see nothing. I know nothing. I know them. I know them, but I don't really know them that well, but I know them. Okay. All right. Same story. Over and over again. When's the snow going to melt? I don't know. Fucking, when is it going to melt? All right. All right. I was going to start off with a little skull crusher. I don't know how you guys are going to like that. You're like, oh God, just get on with it, man. Just get on with it. We don't want to hear your goddamn music. Right? Fuck off. Yeah. Connor Chestnut. I've seen Connor Chestnut's name pop up a few places. What about Connor Chestnut? What about Mr. Connor Chestnut? He was a, well, what was he? He was at least a subject, I think, in some of the documents, right? Connor Chestnut. He was at least a subject in a few of them. What about him? Connor Chestnut. Yeah, that's the name that popped up quite a bit. Connor Chestnut. Jose Cruz. Yeah. Connor Chestnut. Yep, he's in there. I don't know a lot about that character, but he's in there. Connor Chestnut. That's a good question, Ellie. I don't know. They might be, well, I'm not, no. Well, if it's a soy chestnut, well, then there's not much to crack, is there? Okay, it's a limp chestnut at that point. I think, just saying, if he's a soy chestnut, but I'm gonna hit you with a little claustrophobia. How's that? Claustrophobia. Iron Claw. I played this for you before, but I really like this song. It's got that heavy Black Sabbath shit going on. Yeah, it does. Oh yeah. Claustrophobia. Definitely. Oh yeah, 1970, baby. Listen to that groove, though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. All right, all right. All right, all right. Enough. By the way, grunge started in 1970. Just saying, that's when grunge started. Anyway. All right, let's carry on. Yeah. Fucking Iron Claw. Anyway, here we are. So we got, who do we got here, right? We got Simon Gate, I guess. Tyler and Matthew Soy interviews the Wallenta neighbor boys 11:14, one day after the murders. Mr. or Miss Connor, love you. There they are, pretty as peaches, smiling happily for the camera. Hello. Look at them soys. Soy. Soy. Matt Moy. Now, wasn't Matt Moy? Wasn't he the neighbor? Wasn't he the neighbor? Wasn't he one of the neighbors that lived like right there? Or am I getting confused between him and Enon Harsh? Right, one of these. I thought it was Matt Moy who lived like right by there, and then he and Kaylee sometimes would take their dogs out for a walk. Right? Wasn't that Matt Moy? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Wasn't that Matt Moy? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Matt Moy, right? Him and Kaylee sometimes would take their dogs for walks, right? Was that Matt Moy? Or is that somebody else I'm thinking about? Which one is it? Welcome, wisdom. Yeah, Matt Moy. Matt Moy. All right. Got that little that little army uniform there. Not an army uniform, but you know. Interesting parallel between Mr. Matt Moy and Little G is Little G also wanted to join the military. Just an interesting little parallel between the two. Little G. Don't forget Mr. Little G. Anyway, we'll get to Mr. That's another. Hey guys, I got to follow up with that. I have to submit another request because I guess my first request that I submitted didn't go anywhere. So I have to submit another one and be some more specific in terms of what I'm looking for, in terms of the information I'm trying to get. So I guess my first attempt failed. So I have to try again to get that goddamn interview. Yeah, the one they audio recorded with SP, right? 77. That's the one. Okay, I want to hear that interview. So I have to try again to ascertain that from Moscow. So I have to do that sometime this week because I got no response at all. Shocking. Maybe I didn't fill the form out correctly. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. I did put in there, hey, assholes. You know your Moscow police document number 7? That one? Yeah, I want everything you got on that. Can you give it to me? Like, I want the audio recording for that interview. Anything else you could provide with for me with that interview that you did. Please, thank you very much, assholes. I look forward to getting it from you. I guess that didn't work. Because I wanted to show it, and my question is going to be, how comes these fuckers didn't follow up with Little G? After we hear SP talk about him in the audio, I think it's going to raise our eyebrows even more as to why we don't have any follow-up with this character. I want to hear it because, again, it's going to raise a lot of fucking eyebrows here in terms of what Moscow police did with this person. Did they even bother to interview him? If so, I don't know where it is. I still to this day I don't think I found it. Yeah. So anyway, I got to do that. I got to fucking do that. I got to do it. I got to do it before some other rat snitch on here steals my shit. And yeah. Which, happens. Because I'm the greatest of all time. And my garden is the greatest of all time. I don't want no fiddle, Lynn. I am the whole band at one. Lynn, I don't need a fiddle. I am the band, baby. My name's Tyrone, but I'm the band here. And I'm the band leader. And I'm the whole concert. All right. Yeah, they moved, right? Didn't he move? Didn't they move? They moved. I don't hear it yet. Which audio, Edie, are you talking about? I am a trendsetter. I am the greatest of all time. Here. I am the greatest. Look, I'm Tyrone. Look, I know I'm the greatest. You don't... Look, it's nice to hear it once in a while, but please don't rip me off. Hey, if you're going to rip me off, give me some fucking royalty money. I need royalty monies up here, baby. Look, I can't expect to go to bingo every Tuesday, Lou. Well, I do try to win, but anyway, whatever. But yeah, you got to give me some royalty. Look, my name's Willie Dixon, bitch, and I got to get some royalties for a whole lot of love here. I'm just saying. Well, that's the problem, Edie. I probably didn't read it yet. I didn't call it a whole lot of love. I called it you need love. I think that's what I called it. But they still rip me off. Those goddamn Brits. Hey, Mrs. John. That's another thing I gotta. Yeah, that's another part of this Butterfield Battleface war here. Why are you ripping off me, Tyrone here? Oh my God! All right. All right, let's get into it. Quick one. Get into it. On to the Soy Brothers. I want to join the military. After I kill people. No, I don't know. We'll see. Why not? It would be a great escape. Yeah, pretty soon they'll be laying down some jive turkey talking, and then they rip me off. Yeah. See, I put up a title like this. I say, got blood if you want it. And then I find out people ripping off my goddamn video, man. People ripping off my shit. Well, I know I'm the greatest of all time. But, give me the royalty. Give me the royalty. Or give me the subscriber. How comes I keep losing them? Man. Sakes alive. Every time I do a live show, I lose subscribers. Might as well keep doing them then. All right. Right, Master Nature? That's your way of thinking. Well, I might as well keep doing them. I guess I want to lose only more subscribers. You ain't very bright. You're not bright. Yeah. But see, the problem here is there is not enough pressure that is being put on this case, right? There's not enough pressure being put on here for somebody to say, right, well, maybe we need to reopen this case for the possibility that there may be another perpetrator who actually was a part of this crime. There's no pressure being put on here to have that a possibility, because we can do that, right? We can say, okay, yes, we got one person who pled guilty to this crime. However, it appears, by what the evidence is showing us, that there's a definite second person here, at least, that was a part of this. But there's no pressure here to do that, to open that would be, we should see that. We should see that open up. That we're confident that we got one, like, we all know this is not real. I'm just saying. But we're confident that we got one person. However, we do feel at this point, yes, there is a second person that is out there that was here. We need to, this person also needs to be found and tried, whatever. Something. We know that's crap, but when you're trying to open up a vein, you have to start somewhere. You know what I mean? I personally know there's more than two people involved here. I believe that. Not just two here. And not even really Kohlberger. I'm just saying 4 people here. We know that. Or at least we suspect that. So the only way, though, that you're going to get some sort of movement here is pressure from somebody that says, hey, you have more than one person that committed this crime. And that second person is still out there. And that's the vein that you need to open up here. And in that vein that you're going to open up, okay, right, the possibility of saying then, well, look, Kohlberger may not have been involved, that's really your only course at this point. If you can definitively say, if somebody that actually has weight and can influence this needs to say, there is definitely at least one more person here that was involved. We don't know. We have to get this other person. That's going to open up a lot here. But, that's not happening. I don't know. But it's a way in. It's a way in to changing dynamics of what's going on here. We know at least in my opinion, we know there's more than two, but you got to start with the second person. That may lead you to the rest of them. Now, I already know that Dylan Morrison is that other person. However, nobody ever went after her. But I already know Dylan Morrison is a gatekeeper in this crime. I already know that. I already know it. I know she knows who did this murder. I know she knows who was in the house that night. I know she knows the people that committed this crime. She knew that they, for whatever reason, they were not going to kill her. And Bethany, regardless of Bethany Funk in this scenario is a whatever kind of character. She's going to be whatever character. She's going to be in her room, and that's fine. As long as she stays in her fucking room, fine. Whatever. So anyway, Dylan is always going to be that person. Dylan is always going to be that person. She's always going to be that prime. Always. Now, if you can make the connection between Dylan Mortensen and Brian Kohberger, well, congratulations. Then you just solved the case. But if you can't make that connection between Mortensen and Kohberger, well, then guess what? Then it's Dylan and others who are not associated with Mr. Brian. No, that's your challenge. If you can establish a connection between Mortensen and Kohberger, then you win the game, because that would be the connection you'd have to establish here. In order for Dylan Mortensen and Brian Kohberger to exist in the same universe here, you would have to show a connection between these two individuals. You would have to. Otherwise, their existence in the same universe doesn't make any sense. That is the truth. You wanted the best, you got the best. That is a good analysis of this. Right? We've talked about this before. How do you have a character like Brian Kohberger exist in the same universe as the character of Dylan Mortensen? These two characters should not be existing in the same universe, but here we are, they are. So, there's only a couple ways you can go with that. One, right, they know each other in some fashion. There's a connection between these two. Where is that? Nobody has found that yet, and if we find that, that is the game. That is your game. That is the game. That is the game. And then, once you find that out, Dylan Mortensen is going to be arrested, and she should be in jail, because she's an accessory to the murders. So, you find that link, and you got Dylan Mortensen. You got her. Because you then can show she's absolutely an accessory to the murders. If not a direct participant, she's definitely accessory. Yep. But that's the game. If you can do that, that's really, if you want to get serious about and analyzing this case, and you want to keep yourself out of the mud as much as possible, you are going to have to establish that connection between these two characters. Yep. Yep and yes. Yes and fucking yes. Okay. Well, otherwise, you have what we have now. That's what we have now. We have Dylan Mortensen character who apparently sees and hears shit, knows what's going on, doesn't report anything, doesn't remember what she said to Bethany, doesn't know what reality is. You have her. And then you have a Brian Kohberger character who is just as psychopathic, apparently, walks into a house he's never been into before, kills 4 people, leaves her alive, and that's it. So how do you have these two characters commingling in this fucking crime? It's absolutely bizarre to have these two types of characters intermingling with each other in this. You got a fucking idiot, Dylan Mortensen idiot, who can't remember shit that she just did 2 seconds ago, and she doesn't know what's reality. And then you have Kohlberger, who's supposedly a psychopathic maniac who just randomly enters a house and kills 4 people and sees her and says, toodaloo, bye-bye. These things do not work together at all. That's called collusion. In the world in the real world, that's called collusion. I am colluding with you. I say I don't know nothing, I know nothing. I was drunk, I know nothing. I know who you are, and I know what you did. But for some reason, I'm colluding here with this. It's called collusion. Because these two scenarios, these two characters, they should not coexist in the same crime here. Anyway, let's carry on. Soy boys. Hello, soy boys. Welcome to the show. What do you got to say for yourself? Let's go. Hello, soy boy. Oh.
Okay, so you mentioned...
All right.
Yes, so it's not a lot, but I woke up a couple times Saturday night. Roommates coming in and different things, and around 4, I think when I looked at the clock, it was maybe around 4:17. I woke up and I didn't hear. It takes a lot for me to wake up,
yeah.
So that's why I was kind of surprised I woke up. And I didn't hear anything at first, but after maybe 5 minutes, that's my best estimate. I was pretty in and out. I started hearing
Here we go.
Dog barking. Sounds like it was coming from that direction from the house. So I believed it was their dog.
Okay.
And I was going in and out again. I think for maybe another hour, I kept hearing the dog barking outside. Thought it was very peculiar just because I've lived here since January, and I've never heard that dog outside barking in the middle of the night. And that's all I really have.
Okay, and so it was about 4:17
Yes.
when you looked at the clock.
Yes.
After you were woken up by the sound
of the dog barking.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, and then did you look outside at all?
No.
No. My room is down.
Of course not.
Like the closest, I can look out to the house from my window down there.
But I didn't.
Blinds that cover it up, and I'm a very deep sleeper, so I was just kind of going in and out, just kind of falling back to sleep, waking up. I didn't really think too much of it because there's a lot of noise that happens, especially with these streets with the outhouses.
Yeah.
So I didn't really think too much of it at first, so I just kind of went back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the dog was barking for how long, do you think?
I think the last time I woke up was around 5, and I believe the dog was still barking at that point.
Okay. And
Right.
It sounded like it was outside.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
In
outside.
that direction.
Yeah.
And when you did wake up, did you notice any lights on, motion lights, anything like that? Did you hear any?
No.
Hear any rustling or hear anything else?
I didn't hear any rustling. I probably, because we have a nightlight that turns on, and
No. Here's another. Here, guys. I'm gonna stop it here again. I'm sorry. This is not the way we question people. I've said this again. Moscow is fucking retarded, okay? This is not how you interview people. You are not going to suggest to them sounds that they may hear or not hear. That is a big fucking problem for me. It happens over and over again in these interviews. They suggest things to them. You can't do that. For example, guys, this is, oh my God. This drives me up the wall. Listen.
I didn't hear any rustling.
Look, she suggests a sound.
And when you did wake up, did you notice any lights on, motion lights, anything like that? Did you hear any?
No.
Hear any rustling or hear anything else?
I didn't hear any.
Anyway, I just wanted to stop that just for a quick second and point out my fucking irritation with that, because they do this all the time in these interviews. You have to say this. This is what you have to say. You have to ask him, okay, when you woke up it was around 5 o'clock, right? Yeah. What else did you hear when you woke up? What else did you hear? I'm not sure. Well, think about it. What other sounds did you hear when you woke up? Yes, you heard the dog barking. Okay. What other sounds, though, did you hear that went along with the dog barking? That's the question you're going to ask. You're not going to suggest. So, when you woke up at 5, did you hear any rustling or like people like making popcorn? Did you hear any of those noises? And if she's get, well, no, I didn't hear anybody making popcorn. Okay. No, I didn't hear any rustling. So you're already fucking the interview, because he may have remembered hearing sounds. Okay. But now that you said rustling, and now that you said making popcorn, well, no, I didn't hear those sounds. And now we're never going to get to what he maybe actually really heard, because you didn't ask the question in the right way. Well, no, excuse me. You didn't even ask the right question. Fucking morons. These people are morons. The Moscow, they are complete and up fucking idiots. This is not how you ask questions. You're going to say, tell me about the other sounds that you heard that night. You're not going to suggest the sounds. Tell me the sounds that you heard that night. 5 o'clock, you heard the dog barking. What other sounds did you hear when you heard the dog barking?
Did you notice any lights on, motion lights, anything like that? Did you hear any
rustling?
No.
Hear any rustling or hear anything else?
I didn't hear any rustling.
No.
I probably, because we have a night light that turns on, and that little window around the corner is the window for my room. I probably would have seen that if it had turned on, but it didn't.
Okay.
Other than that, my room's very dark, so if there was light or
that, if someone like tripped that, you would have seen it. You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. So what?
What's your date of birth?
Oh my God.
2001.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, if you think
Cool, Modi.
If you remember anything else, were any of your other roommates home that heard anything, or?
They were all home. But they didn't hear anything, I think my roommate heard this say. He lives in the other room downstairs. I think he woke up for a second from the barking, but he went back to bed as well.
Okay. Is he here now?
Yes.
Can I talk to him real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. Soy boy number 2. Hello. Hi, soy boy. Hello, my name's Matthew Moy. I'm joining your army. Please don't shoot me. I look like a soy boy. Wouldn't he be the first one you take a shot at? I'm just saying. Welcome, loves. Welcome, Caro, Mrs. John. Hello. You can't escape me. Welcome, Glenn. Don't start no trouble, or I'll sick the soy boy on you. Are you ready for... Are you ready for the 100 battle, you butter-faced siren war coming up? You have no idea what you're in for. Welcome, Dame Athos, Queen of the Mountain Garden. Also known as Mountain Lily.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Lily Moon.
Do you want to
Sugar Lilies.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I want you to freeze it. I thought that. Okay,
Can I make you a grilled cheese?
Is that your full name?
Yes.
Your middle name, Soy?
And what's your date of birth?
2000.
2000, baby.
How about a good phone number for you? Okay. And your bedroom is downstairs?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay. And he mentioned that you might have heard something?
So I was gone, I think, like, when all of these events transpired. Yesterday, I did this thing called Extended Training Day. It's like this thing we do in ROTC, but basically, like, I was up at 2:30 in the morning, and then I was out the door at, like, 3.
Okay.
And I was doing stuff with them until, like, 6. So I was gone pretty much the whole day yesterday, but I heard about...
2:30 p.m. or a.m.?
2:30 a.m. was when I left. Well, that was when I woke
Yeah,
up. I left
yeah.
3 a.m. And then, yeah. And then I was on extended training day until like 6, because we went to the Buffalo Wild Wings after. And then,
Where was the training?
so it was in a lot of different places. We started at Guywick's Field, which is here on campus. And then we went to the UI pool. And then from there, we went basically all the way to Pullman. We went to, like, it's called Terraview. It's like that first stoplight before you get to Pullman.
Okay.
So we rucked all the way over there, and then we rucked all the way back.
How many other people were you with?
There's probably like 20 people total.
Okay.
10 actually doing the event, and then another 10 like facilitating it.
And was it with people that you're normally with?
Yes, people in ROTC.
Okay. Was there anyone that maybe wasn't present that normally is with you guys there?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay. And so you left at 3 in the morning and drove there?
Yes, I drove to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was the meetup point, like the parking lot.
Okay. What time do you think you got to Buffalo Wild Wings?
It would have been shortly after 4, because that's when the event ended at the pool. And then we were there for like a little less than 2 hours. And I left around like 6:15, something like that.
In the morning?
No, this was at night. So this event was like pretty long. It was like a 12-hour training event, and then we went to Buffalo Wild Wings after. So that was the meetup point. So we parked there at 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Walked over to Guywick's Field, did the whole event, like did everything. And then after the event was over, we finished at the UI pool.
Okay.
And then that's when we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, got some food to like celebrate, and then got back in my car and headed back here.
Okay.
Got here about 6:30, something like that.
Okay, so when you left at 3, remember seeing anybody out and about or anything out of the ordinary?
I wish I had. That's the thing is like...
What are you talking about? I have no idea. I have no idea what we just heard. I have no idea what this is. Hey, wait. What is he talking about? Wait, did we start this at 6:30 p.m.? Or did we start this at 3 o'clock in the morning? What are we talking about? All right, we're going to have to review that whole section again, because we start off with leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right? And then that goes from 3 to 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. in the morning, we go to Buffalo Wild Wings. But then, all of a sudden, it's 6:30 p.m. and we meet up at Buffalo Wild Wings. We go to the fucking pool for a bit. At some point, we go to Pullman. And then we go back to, I guess we go back to Buffalo Wild Wings at 6 a.m. to get something to eat. Give me a break here. But we're going to review that whole little fucking narrative in just 1 second, because that is a whole load of fucking bullshit confusion right there, love. Wow. What are we talking about? Are we talking like ROTC, like Midnight Madness kind of shit, where we have to find like items to win the race? I mean, are we talking like Midnight Madness kind of shit? I mean, what are we doing? What kind of exercises are we doing here? I don't know. Hey, it must be like Midnight Madness. Remember that movie, guys? Midnight Madness? It's like Midnight Madness. We're running all over the county or whatever. And we're finding hidden items to win $1 million prize here. Right? Midnight Madness. Remember Midnight Madness? I guess they're there at 6 o'clock in the morning dining on fucking wings. I don't know. Or he's fucking dyslexic in his brain. He has like a dyslexic brain. And he meant we ate at Wild Wings at 6:30. And then I guess we all woke up at 3 a.m. to go on this training exercise. I don't know. And that ended at 6 a.m. But somehow, I don't know. We'll have to we're going to have to re-listen to that here. Right? Welcome, Creamy Roll. But he does say we ate. He does say we ate there, right? He does say we ate. Anyway, I don't even like the first two sentences from this guy's mouth. I don't even like it. To me, I'm already like, okay, here we go. Right. I did see another creator. I think it was Bubbly. Somebody you sent, someone, I forget. You sent me a thing in the email and said, this creator looked up like the ROTC schedule, and there was no ROTC event going on during this time. However, the way I'm thinking about this is this is not an official ROTC event. This is their bunch of friends. This is a bunch of their friends, like doing like a fucking like, I don't know what I want to call this. Playing some shenanigans that night, whether it's ROTC related or not. Maybe we're playing a little war game bullshit. But this is like a game that they're playing between themselves. So I don't know if this is an official ROTC event that's happening at 3 o'clock in the morning. 6 to 6. To me, that sounds outlandish, but no, this is like Midnight Madness kind of bullshit, where we got our group together and we're playing like these little fucking war games or something. We decided we were going to have some sort of like little war game event or some sort of like event going on here between us. I don't think this is an official ROTC thing. This is like Midnight Madness. If you guys can dig that. That's my interpretation. Again, I don't think this is an official ROTC event that you're going to find on their calendar. This is something that they concocted amongst their group that they were going to be playing around that night. Whatever they're doing, this is not an official ROTC event. I don't think at all. But anyway, quick break, and we're going to review exactly what that statement is because it doesn't make any sense at all. And this investigator, you need to be picking this apart like a fucking crow. If you're the investigator talking to him, well, you're going to have to be a crow. And you're going to have to pick apart every fucking word that he's telling you. Because it doesn't make sense. You're going to have to ask him to describe again to you his events that night. Like, you may have to do that 5 or 6 times in order for him to maybe make it make sense to you. But these people are not doing any of this stuff. We are not investigating. This is not real investigation work at all. This is, I'm getting your statement. I'll make you a cheeseburger if you want me to make you a cheeseburger, and I'll leave you alone. Okay? Oh my God. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, you can have my DNA, so what? What does it matter? You're not going to do anything anyway. You're certainly not going to take it to a genealogy database and try to compare it to the fucking suspect at the crime scene. So what do I have to worry about here? Oh, and I like this bullshit. I like this bullshit. Oh, the DNA sample was too degraded for us to test it. Yeah, sure. No, not after 24 hours. Okay, look, we're not talking about having a piece of evidence that's been around for 80 years and now the DNA on it has been degraded. Look, you just collected this DNA evidence. How the fuck is it degraded already? It's not degraded. It's not that old. The DNA is still on there. Look, again, we talked about this before. If you can get DNA from one of Jack the Ripper's fucking victims all the way in 1880, 80, whatever, 88, I think you can do better than that. Look, if you're getting DNA from fabric that's from the 1880s, I think you can muster some DNA out of the crime scene that just happened. I think you can do it. Okay? You fucking twats out there in Idaho State Police land. Give me a break. Don't tell me a sample's degraded when it's a fresh sample and you just collected it. How is it degraded? Or how is it not viable? How is it not a viable sample? Yeah, it is. I mean, if we can get a viable DNA sample from Jack the Ripper's victim from 150 years ago, I think you can get DNA out of this one. I think you can do it, especially with the modern techniques we have today. Oh my God, yes. But ISP and MPD and FBI said, no. We are not going to go the genealogy route with any other DNA that we got. We are not going to take the genealogy route. We're only going to do it for Brian Kohberger and Brian Kohberger alone. And that's what they did. They never took any of this other DNA that they found, and they never put it through this genealogy fucking shit that they put Brian Kohberger's through. They never did it to anybody else. Nobody else. That's a problem, right? Especially if you have unknown male DNA at the crime scene, you can get a profile from that, and you can run that through the same genealogy fucking database that you broke into with Brian Kohberger. You can do the exact same thing that you did with his DNA. But these cocksuckers in Idaho, they chose not to do any of that. They said, fuck all that. We don't want to know how many people were involved in this crime. We just want one and one alone. They know There are more perpetrators here. They refuse to use that DNA that they have, run it through the same genealogy websites, get a fucking grandfather to match it to, and then you're going to match it to the son. But these cocksuckers in Idaho, that's not what they did. They chose to ignore all the other DNA. They could have done the exact same process to get to the other suspects in this case, and they didn't. They refused to do it. Fuck you, Idaho. And that is the truth of this case. You know it, my garden? Of course. They did not do this with any other DNA that they had. They did not go to the genealogy databases. They did not get break in or not. They did not do this. They should have. And guess what? You're going to get your other suspects. Yes, you are. You got Kohlberger, right? Supposedly, on one little smidge of DNA, you got Brian Kohlberger. Well, guess what? You're going to get the other ones pretty goddamn easily. Why? Because these other people, they left blood evidence. Blood evidence. Blood and saliva. Saliva and blood. So don't you fucking tell me that you can't be the FBI here and take those profiles and run them through the goddamn genealogy websites. Absolutely, you did it with Brian Kohlberger. Well, you sure as fucking do it with the others that you got, you cocksuckers. But you know why you know why you didn't do that? You know why that is? You know why that would have been a huge problem if you did that? You would have found characters that people did not want to see here commit these murders. That's why they stopped doing it. We know, and this is the opinion of this channel, we know there are 3 other perpetrators at least involved in this case. There are a total of 4 people here who either A, directly participated in the murders, at least 2 of them, and or more, and at least 2 people here. One was a gatekeeper, and the other person was sort of, I'm not quite sure, but whatever. We have at least 2 participants. Dylan possibly could be the 3rd participant, but she's also a gatekeeper. Got to keep that in mind. She is the gatekeeper. But she could have put that knife in a little hand, and she could have stabbed a few of them too. We have no idea. You know why? Because Dylan Mortensen herself does not know what she did that night. So Dylan Mortensen herself could have stabbed some of these people. Why? Because she herself cannot tell you what she did that night was either real or was fantasy. People in denial, you really need to accept the cold, hard truth here. Dylan Mortensen easily is a suspect. Dylan Mortensen easily could have picked up one of those kitchen knives and stabbed him herself. She doesn't know herself. So if she doesn't know herself, well then how can I trust that she didn't kill her roommates or had a hand in it? People in denial, you need serious psychiatric help. And that's the way it is in this. That is this case. Again, it goes back to how can you have a Mortensen character and a Kohlberger character exist in the same universe? It goes back to that dilemma. That is a paradox. Because Dylan Mortensen is a perfect suspect. She is a perfect suspect. Way better than Brian Kohlberger is. Think about this, guys. You are the guard and you're the best. And detectives here, you understand? Dylan Mortensen is the best candidate here compared to Koberger being a fucking murderer. Dylan Mortensen is a goddamn... She's right on up there. Why not? Look, I have more evidence to suggest that Dylan Mortensen was involved in this crime than Brian Kohlberger. I have more evidence to say to me Dylan Mortensen is a participant in this murder than I do Brian Kohlberger. Think about that, people in denial. Hey, people in denial, think about that. I have more evidence to suggest that Dylan Mortensen was a perpetrator in this crime compared to Brian Kohlberger. Absolutely. Hands down, 100%. I could show you all day why that is. All I have to do is point back to her fucking statements, especially her 11/17 interview. All I have to do is point back to that interview and say, that is your prime suspect. Absolutely. That's all I really have to do. Because that statement is so bad and so horrible and atrocious that I really don't need anything else to prove. Fuck you, people in denial. I do take defectors, you cucks. You wanted the best, you got the best. I am the greatest. Well, here he goes again. Hey, Tyrone, do you have the Thorazine on standby? He's really getting delusions of grandeur, and I know last time when we stuck him with Thorazine, like, it really helped, and, well, he was out for like 3 weeks, and it was the most joyous time I've ever had in my life. Look, MD was soaring. MD was on top of the world. I was like writing coloring books, and, well, I was really happy, and, but then the Thorazine wore off, and, Master Nature came alive again, and my life went back to absolute hell. And, Tyrone, please get some more of that Thorazine, please. It was the best time of my life, and... all right, MD. Calm down. I will get some of that Thorazine for you, but you have to just calm down. I know. The Thorazine worked. Man, that Thorazine worked fucking good, didn't it? Oh my God! Look, we were having parties every night. Man, that Thorazine knocked that fucking ass out. He was out for 3 fucking weeks, and we were partying every night up here. It was the greatest time of my life. Okay, yeah. Hey, Stanley. You got some of that, more of that doors than we did there. Oh, you are every time I'm trying to do something, you always fucking interrupt me. I hate you guys, I don't know, I'll look into it. I think I still got a dealer somewhere out there in Hoboken, New Jersey here. No, excuse me, in the spirit realm. Well, whatever the equivalent that would be in Hoboken, New Jersey in the spirit realm. Well, that would probably be like, Hoboken, New Jersey. Actually, I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that, really. Or no. Maybe, no, I shouldn't say that. Maybe, McKeesport, Pittsburgh. Okay. I don't really like it out there either. But I could probably score some fucking Thorazine out there for you. Well, the sooner you can get on that, Stanley, you fucking do it, because guess what? I think it's time for Master Nature to take a little Thorazine nap, all right? Yeah, his delusions of grandeur are getting way out of hand here. Look, we are spiraling look, now he's talking about a fucking cube. He's talking about how the cube is going to save our life. All right. I love you, babies. Hey, quick break. Hey, you know what you get. You get the best. You get the greatest. I love you. focus. Where is my spliff, Ellie Ryan? Why did you take the spliff away from me? It was the only thing I had in my life. But yet you decided to be a cruel, cruel woman. You took the greatest pleasure of my life, my spliff, and you stole it from me. You stole it. Well, the response to that, Ellie Ryan, is this. I ain't sharing my fucking good spleef with you, you fucking cock. Get your own fucking split. Fuck off. Fuck is you fucking cock. No, I'm not making no fucking heads tonight. I don't even like your fucking face. Now leave me to my fucking tea and spliff. Get the fuck out of here, alright, you fucking cock. That should be the response. I love you. Glenty, I'm gonna beat your ever-loving ass. I don't know why. Glenn, you've been on this channel. You know it's always an episode. What episode have you failed to catch on to yet? Look, tea's a split. Look, there ain't nothing better in this world than Earl Grey tea with a little fucking, with a little, how do I put this? Lavender, a pipeline, to the spliff. Okay, that's the whole thing. Lavender, Earl Grey pipeline to the black Moroccan gold dust meteorite. There ain't nothing better than that pipeline. You can't find a better pipeline. Yeah, believe me, I tried. Who's being shot? Yeah, wait. Your forces, she was really sick. Beat her child in mourning for not being able to find her shoe. Kids' bus stop was right in front of her apartment. Wow. Sounds like a real peach she was. Jeez. Jeez. Sounds, now we'll get into it later. What kind of shoe? What kind of shoe? Sounds like a pleasant person. Boy. That sounds good, Lorraine Eyes. I think I want some of them. A flip-flop. It was a 32-pound Stow-Till tip fucking boat. All right. You know the kind of shoes that wrestlers wear? It was like one of those type of shoes. All right. All right, quick break. Thank you, loves. Carry on with our shoe beatings and horrible people. Oh, that witch in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, who oversaw the orphanage. That witch we should talk about one of these days. The witch. She was a cruel one, that one. The cruel witch of Gettysburg Orphanage. But that's another day, White Rabbit. Correct, White Rabbit. That's another day. Correct. My McDonald's bit. Yes, they are. As sharp as tacks. But we want blood and guts, Master Nature. We want blood and guts. Blood and guts. We need it. We want the, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm brought back. I am brought back into my room. I am brought back into my room. That's the only way. All right. Sorry, guys. Going on a tangent. Just when I'm out there smoking, I'm thinking about certain scenarios that can be playing out here in the house. That's what I'm doing. So, one of the scenarios, nah, we're not going to get into that. That I have to write that shit down for you guys. But that's what I do when I'm out there. I'm playing scenarios in my head. Like, if I am in the house, okay? So here's what I'm doing. I'm in the house and I'm playing out certain scenarios that could possibly happen here. Like, that would make sense in this time frame. That's what I'm doing. And that's, that's what I'm doing. Yeah. You know, then I start with, then I work my way backwards from things. Yeah. Yeah. And that's partially what you see here, what I write down this stuff, right? So this is what you kind of partially see. This is what's going through my brain when I'm out there thinking about the case, this is what I'm thinking about, right? So at 4:08:30, I park my car at the top of the hill and I leave. That's generous because the car drives by the 112 camera 47, right? 407. It's driving by. It doesn't mean it parked yet. It doesn't mean it stopped yet. It just means it just drove all by. We eventually get up to the top of overlooking the house. That's going to take us a minute to get up there, park the car, and figure out what we're going to do after this point. So I pegged that at 4:08:30. We park. At some point, we do have to leave the car. All right? But that's the time where we're at. That's generous. I may be sitting in that car for a few minutes deciding what I'm going to do, how I'm going to enter this house. I may sit in my car for a good 2 minutes thinking about it. So this is being very generous. Okay? I may sit in my car until 4:10 a.m. 4:10 I may sit there. And that gives me even less time to do what I'm going to do. But anyway, 4:08:30, I park, I watch the house for a couple seconds, figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to go into the house, what is my plan. I leave my car. 4:09 is when I start to actually enter the house. 30 seconds to come down the hill into the back sliding glass door. 30 seconds of being generous. 30 seconds it takes me to get down that little slope and go to the back sliding glass door. Right? 4:09. I enter the house. Now I'm in the kitchen. I'm standing in the kitchen. What am I going to do? Listen. I'm standing in the kitchen. Now what do? I'm in the house. What do? This is what you have to think about. I'm standing in the kitchen. I just got inside the door. I have no idea where the dog is, by the way. I have no idea where Murphy is. Right? That's another problem. That's a huge problem. I don't know where Murphy is. Anyway, whatever. Fuck Murphy. Everybody else in this case is like, fuck Murphy. Yeah. But there's a dog around here somewhere that nobody seems to fucking care about. Yeah, including fucking Dylan and Bethany, by the way. All throughout this event, guess what? Dylan and Bethany did not give two shits about Murphy. They could care less about that fucking dog. Go back and listen to their interviews. They could give two shits less about Murphy the dog. They don't even care about the dog. They're not even worried about the dog. They don't think twice about the dog. They don't give a shit about Murphy at all. At all. And that's another disturbing part of this case with these two. They don't give a shit about the dog at all. At all. Not, oh my God, where's Murphy? Oh my God, do you think he's okay? Hey, do you think he got outside? Is that him barking? Do you think we should go and get him? Nothing. There is no concern about Murphy the dog whatsoever in this case with these two fucking roommates. Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. You did not give one shit about the dog, you cunts. You did not care about him whatsoever. Not throughout your interviews, not throughout your behaviors, not throughout your statements. You did not give one shit about this dog. At all. You didn't like this dog. You didn't love this dog. This dog didn't even enter your frame of reference at all, except when it had to. Well, yeah, that's right. The dog's there. The dog's barking. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we took it outside for 5 seconds. I don't know where the fucking dog is. I have no idea. Okay? I'm going to go to sleep now. Bye-bye. And even after the murders, nobody, is Murphy okay? Like, oh my God, what's going on? Where's the dog? No concern for the dog. No, like, oh my God, that's right. The dog was in the house. Like, nothing. You cock-sucking bastards. I'm telling you. Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, the cast of characters, you are cocksuckers. I listened to your interviews multiple times. I've read your shit multiple times. And guess what? You don't give a shit about the dog at all. You could care less about it. And there's no empathy here whatsoever for the goddamn dog itself. And what makes you think there's empathy here for anybody else in this scenario? Because there isn't at all. There's no empathy for the dog. There's no empathy for the fucking roommates at all. It's disturbing when you watch it and listen to it. They should have been arrested, my friends, and you know it. These people should have been arrested. The lack of concern, the lack of remorse. We are not upset at all. None of us. I am not in panic mode. I'm not panicked. I am not scared. I am not sad. I'm not crying. I'm not a least bit in shock. I am not any of these emotions. I'm totally opposite of what this should be. And I'll tell you what, people in denial, man, you really need some psychiatric help. Listen to me. This was a brutal crime. Brutal. And these fucking people have absolutely no empathy towards what happened. None. And that extends to the parents as well. There is such a low level of empathy to what happened here. It is shocking to me. Everybody's a goddamn inbred here. I mean, it's really repulsive. Repulsive. Even people who are supposed to be best friends with these people, there is no empathy at all. It's like another day has just passed. You know? There is no outward expression of grief, of shock, amazement, fear, disbelievement, just amazement, pure grief of any sort. There is no grief at all. There's no grief. These people are on another planet. And I don't know, but they're all suspects in this case. These people are all suspects to me. Man, everybody seems to have lost the context of where the fuck they were what was going on here. It's like everybody lost the context of where we are. And nobody has a normal reaction to the events that happen here. Nobody. It is baffling to me. Well, you guys know this. You're my guard, and you've seen this over and over again in interviews. These people. I mean, look, I'm not talking after the fact now. Now we come on a goddamn game show, and now we're boo-hooing. We're boo-hooing now. Oh, now we got some tears. I'm not talking about that fake bullshit. Fuck you, Dylan. 3 years later. Oh, all of a sudden now you got some fucking tears in your eyeballs. Get the fuck out of there. Where the fuck were your tears 3 years ago? Where were they? I don't need your fucking tears now 3 years later. Where are your tears 3 years ago? You know? when you had a chance to fucking call 911. You could have saved maybe one of our lives, but you fucking dumb cunt. You're a part of this. Yeah, because there's no reason why we're waiting 8.5 hours to call the police. You cunts. So don't give me no fucking sob story anymore. I'm tired of hearing it. It's outlandish. There is no logical reason for these people to wait 8.5 hours to call 911. There is no logical reason anymore. That ship has way sailed. That ship has long gone. There is no good excuse now. Seeing what we've seen, everything that's coming out, there is no good reason why Dylan or Bethany should not have called 911 almost immediately. That ship is gone. And because that ship is gone, guess what? That makes them accessories to the murders. Hands down. Because you cannot get around it. You cannot explain it. And the only way to explain it logically and rationally and coherently is these two people were intimately involved in what happened in this crime. That is the only condition that satisfies this argument. Fuckers. You wanted the best, you got the best. Logically, you know that is true. People like to deny that. But the only logical standard that satisfies this argument is these two characters, they are intimately involved in this crime. That's the only logical path. That is the simplest path. That is the easiest path here. It always has been, it always will be. That doesn't change. And guess what? The simplest path in this situation is usually the right one. You don't need any extraneous bullshit. Okay? The simplest path in here is going to be the best one. But that's not what we saw. Unfortunately. But that's what we should have seen if this, again, was a real investigation. Mr. Moy, hello, sir. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, yeah, I got to run back your stupid narrative that I can't make sense of it. Cuck. What's a good phone number for you, Matt? Or can I call you, or do you have a different number on your Instagram? Would it be, soy boy, sexy boy, 2020, Matt Moy 2022? All right. Hey, where's that Jordan Baker character? I should pull him up. Oh my God, I should pull Jordan Baker up over here again. Holy shit. You're like, Master Nature, I'm going to perform an exorcism on your fucking ass. You probably should. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Actually, you should definitely do that. Yeah. And they're like, I'm free. I'm free. All right. Where is that one? IPA. I'm sorry, Mrs. John, but you keep pushing, and oh my God, you keep pushing, Hey, what's going on? Keep it simple, stupid. That's right. Remember, that was the theme of this channel, wasn't it? Remember KISS? Right. Keep it simple, stupid. That's been actually, thank you, Mrs. John, for reminding me that actually that is one of the themes of this channel. Right? KISS. We featured KISS quite a bit on this channel, right? Well, we predicted Paul Stanley's death. Excuse me. Sorry. We predicted Ace Frehley's death. Sorry. That was one of our great miracles last year, by the way. We predicted 3 people's deaths. Yeah, we call them the 3 miracles. Okay. Don't be Hey, you join me. Hey, look, subscribers, don't be wigged out by the fact that me and my garden, we predicted 3 deaths last year. I'm sorry. But that's the truth. So I don't want you to be turned off by that fact. You can subscribe. It's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Okay, I promise. I promise you. Look, the cube has your back. Okay. Hey, you wanted the best, you got the best. You wanted the best, you got the best. Didn't you? Remember we kept saying that? You wanted the best, you got the best. Well, word is, though. Exactly. That's where we get it from, my loves. Keep it simple. You cocksuckers. And just for that, I'm going to torture you. I'm going to fucking torture you. Yep. Because, well, it's a lesson. It's a lesson that we all have to learn. Look, it's a lesson we all have to learn. We're going to learn it one way or another. Master Nature, right? Right. Hey, dig it. Dig it, though. Dig it, though. Dig it. That's right. All right. Thank you for suggesting this, my loves. Thank you. Come on, sing it with me, love. Come on now. Hey, come on. We can't let Ace down, baby. We can't let Ace down. Come on. Nice little subliminal shit going on there. Well, not really subliminal, but whatever. A demon, love. All right, there we go. All right. Here you go, loves. There you go. Keep it simple. Or maybe you're in my Knights in Satan's service. Yeah, it could be one or the other. I don't know. What are you feeling? My garden, knights and lords and lads and dudes. What do you think it is? Remember that pact I told you about? Anyway, no, everybody's welcome. Look, everybody's welcome. Big boot. All right. All right, quick break. Got to get back on track. Got to get back to the soys. We're almost there. Not too much longer with the soy boys. But we do have to go back over this guy's statement because it doesn't make any sense. Quick break, and then I promise no more distractions. Well, see here, guys, here. The original pact that you and I made together, that original pact was to take us all the way through the trial. Unfortunately, of course, as we know, that never happened. So the trial was called off, plea entered, fine. So we got robbed. Okay, somebody cut that pact short. Yes, they did. They cut it short. But that was the original pact. And then after that, it was like, well, you can stay, you can go, you can... I guess you're not bound by the same pact, right? Because, well, the pact changed. Well, yeah. That's unfortunate. But that was the original pact. Yeah. That would have been quite fun, actually. I am still angry at the fact that you and me, my garden, right? I'm still angry about the fact that you and I did not get to see a trial. I am so fucking pissed off about that. Really, when I think about this case, I get so fucking mad about that point that you and I were robbed of seeing this case played out in a goddamn trial. That is so fucking... That makes me really angry because we absolutely needed to see this. Absolutely. This kind of case, we should have seen a trial here. And that is probably one of the most angering things to me about this case when it comes to me and you, my garden, right? We fucking should have seen a fucking trial. That, I'm so angry about that even now. It bothers me a lot that we got robbed of seeing this. How this was going to play out in a court of law. So mad about that fucking path. That should not have happened. That should not have happened. The natural course of this event should have gone to trial. That was a natural course of this event. But it got deviated and it got thrown off the natural course of what should have happened here. And that's what makes me very angry. Because something interceded with the normal course of this. I know that we know that they were struggling to even handle this case. We knew that, but still, supposedly struggling. But still, I find it difficult to believe. Why? Because first of all, you're a death penalty state, my fucking friends. You're a death penalty state. So if you're going to have a death penalty, well, you're going to have cases that are going to reach this level and you're going to deem them death penalty cases. So you have to have the resources to try these types of cases if you have the death penalty. I mean, it just makes sense to me. You're going to spend more resources. Look, if you are a death penalty state, you're spending way more resources in your legal system because you have the death penalty. It requires a hell of a lot more resources. And Idaho supposedly is one of these states. So we could have gone to trial. I know you put a judge in there who should be in traffic court school. You stuck an incompetent fucking 2-bit Idaho potato, nobody fucking shithole judge on there, to fucking head the biggest case in recent Idaho history Do you think this guy's going to be able to handle this shit? No. I mean, so we got a judge on there who is totally ill, not even equipped to even sit in this case. I mean, oh my God. It's just worse and worse from there. Oh my God. So anyway, the point is, we could have gotten organized enough to actually have this trial happen. We could have squared away all the jurors. We could have got that squared away. Okay. We could have figured out how we're going to handle the media presence around this case. Did we want, cameras in the court? Cameras not in the court. How are we going to handle the media presence around it? We got to set some parameters and rules. Hey, this isn't going to, we can figure this out. You know what I mean? It ain't going to take like 3 years to do this here. You just got to have smart people figure out the logistics. It's not going to take that long. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Yeah, and we set those ground rules here for the media and for the public. We're going to set those ground rules pretty quickly. And then we're going to proceed to trial here. This should not be a grand dilemma. Yeah. But you have an incompetent judge, has no idea what he's doing. He's playing prosecutor. He already kind of knows, in my opinion, he kind of fucked this case with his opinions. He already kind of knows he showed his bias pretty, at some point I think he maybe realized it. Or maybe not. He could be a complete lunatic. I think actually he might be a complete lunatic. But anyway, you have so many grounds for appeal already in this case. You have so many grounds for appeal here in this case. And that's another reason why this case should have gone to trial. Because already you have enough grounds for appeal. Even if you get convicted, you got several grounds of appeal. And they're very strong. They're very strong. They're very strong. I mean, you have multiple grounds for appeal. And why not go to trial? Right? Even if you get found guilty, your appeal strength is so much more. You could probably point to about 12 different scenarios where your case should be overturned. At least 12. I mean, fuck yes. But that's not what happened here. Look, I said this before. You're going to go to trial no matter what. It doesn't matter. You're going to go to trial no matter what. Either way, it's a win-win for yourself. You're going to get it. It's a win-fucking-win. You're going to go to trial. You are not pleading guilty to just take the death penalty off the case. You're not doing that. That's outlandish. It's foolish. I would never recommend anybody to do that. I would never do that in this scenario, ever. I would never tell them to do that. I would absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is the worst advice I could give a client. Absolutely. In this scenario, in this situation, in this crime, that's the last thing you're telling your client. You are not telling your client to accept a deal just to get the death penalty off the table. Absolutely not. Foolish. Hey, sorry guys. I'm not lecturing anymore. Sorry. Sometimes I get no tangent. I apologize. I'm not lecturing. I promise. I'm just sorry. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Look. Oh, look. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Okay, I try to look good every day, and look, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. And I know there's a lot of jealousy going on out there, but Look, I'm bold. I'm bold and I'm beautiful and my name's MD and but look, you can't hate me because I'm beautiful and hey, where do we hear that before? Name that commercial. All right, let's get on. Enough fun and games, right? All right, let's get on. I got to get through the Soy Boys. I'm sorry, guys. I got to get through the Soy Boys. I'm trying my fucking best here to get through the Soy Boys. I have difficulty because I have no knights in the garden here to get me fired up. But so this is what I'm left with.
Tater tots?
Oh, that's it. Mrs. John, you have pushed the casserole button. Mrs. John. You know. Get ready for a beatdown. Shit's about to pop off, all right? Dame Deb, you better warn the rest of the guard here. Shit's about to pop off here. Shit's about to pop off. They're about to pop. And then we see a baby coming out with no shoes on. No shoes on. I said, oh, Lord, it's a fire. All right. Remember that shit? All right. I love you. Yes, I do impressions sometimes. Anyway, no, we're going to take a quick smoke break. And, hey, not only am I psychic, but sometimes I do impressions of people. I said, Lord, there's a fire. All right. I'm like, oh, shit. Remember that shit? All right, hang on. Well, fuck off. Oh, my God. All right, a quick Wiggins, and then we come back. A quick Wiggins, and then we come back. That is actually some of the quick Wiggins. Quick Wiggins. What does that mean? What does that mean, quick Wiggins? I don't know. It means something. Yeah. What the hell? Come on. Come on. Come on. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Alright. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. It's so dumb. Look, I'm walking into a house, right? Here I am. Alright. I want to do it this way with you guys. Okay, so here I am. Here I am. All right, I just got into the house. I'm standing right here right here in the kitchen. All right, let's think about this. Here I am. I'm standing right here. I'm right in the kitchen. I supposedly I've never been in this house before, right? I'm standing in the kitchen. I've never been in here before. So I proceed where? Where do I go from the kitchen? Where am I going? What am I doing? Right? So I proceed forward, I guess. Right? I bypass Xana's bedroom. Right? I come into the kitchen. I come into the living room area where the pong table is. Righto, somewhere over there. And I look down, let me think about this. I look down to my right. I see a long corridor going down to my right. I don't go down there. I keep moving forward. I notice another corridor going down. But I don't bother with these corridors. I don't bother going down either of these corridors. I proceed to go up the steps right there. Right? See the steps? I proceed to go up those steps, bypassing this corridor, that corridor. Okay? I've never been here before in my life. Right? So why am I doing this? Why? Why am I bypassing these corridors here, right? And in favor of going up my steps. So that I put myself in that sort of position here. Like I'm sitting here, yeah? And I'm trying to imagine somebody coming into my kitchen as I'm watching them, right? And then trying to figure out where they're going to go after that point. You know? Like, okay, I'm watching them. So I watch them walk. I watch them notice other areas that they can go to, but they don't. They don't go to these places. So they keep proceeding forward. They notice there's another floor, okay? They decide to go up to that floor, bypassing everything else on the floor that they just entered. They bypass everything on the floor that I just watched them enter. They bypassed everything on the floor. The very floor that I'm entering into for the very first time in my God-given life. I am bypassing this floor and going upstairs. Yeah, I don't think so. Just that alone? No. Just that alone is a big no. I cannot trust that. I am watching this happen in real time here, baby. I'm watching from the kitchen what this person is doing. I watch him bypass every possible thing human beings on the first floor. Bypasses everything on the first floor. Just like that. After never being in the house before. And I guess gets enamored by the stairs. And he's like, wow, these stairs are the greatest stairs I've ever seen in my life. And so I'm going to walk up them. I've never been here before. But I'm going to walk up these beautiful stairs. And, oh, wow, look, I'm in another I'm in another hallway here. I can go right or left. Right? Now it's like choose your own adventure. Where do you want to go? Does this make sense to you? Think about this. Does this make sense? What we're describing here? But that's exactly what Moscow police, that's their narrative here. Right? Look, I don't bother with anything going on here in closets or anything, or bedrooms. I don't bother with any of this space that I'm showing you right now. The very first space that I enter into the house. I don't give a shit about it at all. No, I'm so enamored by those steps right there that I don't care about anything else happening here. I just want to go up those stairs to the third floor. For what? What? Hey, why not fucking kill people like, I don't know, right over there? You gotta live. Look, I'm gonna look at garden. Look, garden. I got somebody living right in that room right there. And I could easily go there and kill that person. But no, I bypass this room. I bypass that room over there. I bypass this corridor that I'm not going to show you. That goes down that way. I bypass all that. I don't even bother with any of this. I'm so fascinated by those stairs. I just have to go up them. Right? That's exactly what Moscow police, that's exactly what their narrative is here. I just showed you. That's exactly what it is. That's pretty much the choices you had to make here. Once you get out of the kitchen, you got a few choices, and I just showed you the choices. And there you go. I was so fascinated by these golden steps, I just had to go up them and bypass everything else that was going around on the first floor. Now, hey, remember, I never been in this house before, ever. Keep that in mind. So, for me to be enamored by third floor steps in a house that I've never been in before, that is a problem for me. Big problem. I just showed you the problem, right? I could have somebody sleeping right there in that room I just showed you, right? The door is unlocked. How do you know what's behind that door? You know what I'm saying? How do you know what's behind these doors? How do you know somebody's not just going to pop out of my goddamn bathroom and startle you in the middle of you trying to come into my house? How the fuck are you going to know that? Right? Look, I'm going to show this plain and simple to people in denial. And there's only a reason why I'm doing it. Some people need visualizations. So watch this shit. Okay, see that room over there? That's a bathroom. So Mr. Kohlberger, he's entering my kitchen, okay? Right over there. Right? But I have a bathroom right here. how does he know that there's not somebody just taking a piss in there and it's going to pop out of that fucking room as he's walking into the living? How the fuck does he know that I'm just some random dude in that bathroom? I'm taking a piss, and I'm going to come out, surprise you right here. How is Kohlberger? How does he know that? How would he know that? You got 5 to 6 automobiles parked in the fucking driveway. How do you know that some fucking random schmuck in the house, some guy, is randomly taking a piss in a bathroom, walks? How would you know that? I mean, that could happen. You got 5, 6 automobiles in front of the house. How do you know who's walking around in there? It could be anybody. How do you know that? How would Kohlberger know that? How would he know how many people were in that house the minute he entered that house? How would Brian Kohlberger know how many people were in that house? It's impossible. So, again, you cannot answer that question. Look, Brian Kohlberger has no way of knowing how many people are going to be in that house the minute he enters that sliding glass door in the kitchen. How does he know that there's not going to be 15 people in the house? How is they going to know that? It's impossible. Yeah. For real. And the only way it works is, this is the only way it works. Okay? Kohlberger knew one of these people in the house. And Kohlberger would have to know from this source what was going on in the house at the time that he was going to enter this house. Somebody would have to tell him what the situation was here, enough to enter safely into the house and do what we're going to do. Otherwise, you would not do this. So, that's another connection you're going to have to make here. Kohlberger, if Kohlberger is the guy, okay, I'm just saying, there has to be a connection here for him to know what exactly is going on in the house prior to me entering it. I'm not that stupid, am I? I would like to know what is going on with these people prior to me entering. And I'm not going to know that unless somebody's telling me that. I'm not going to know it because I'm not there in the house. And I have no idea right at this point, I have no idea how many people are in that house. I mean, I could circle the house every minute of the day, but you're not going to know. And that's not what Brian Kohlberger did. So, therefore, somebody is going to have to tell me how many people are actually here and what are they doing. Yeah, because I'm not walking into a house with potentially 15 fucking people in it that I don't know they're going to be there. Right? And the only way for me not to know that, right, is to have somebody tell me what that's going to be. Because I'm not staking out the house every second of the day. Okay? That's the only way it works. I hope you understand that. Because that's the way it has to be here. You're not scoping the house out every minute of the day. You have no idea how many people are going to be in the house on that very given time you enter it, unless somebody tells you this is what the house is right now. If you get that information, then yes, you can proceed to do what you want to do. But without that information, would be a complete moron to enter into a house with that many cars outside and you have no idea who may be in that house. How would you know that? So again, somebody is going to have to tell you what the situation is there. That is an accomplice, of course. But we're going to have at least one accomplice in this case. I already know who one is. I already know who one of those accomplices are in this case. I already know who the gatekeeper is in this case. I already know who she is. But you have to make that connection between the gatekeeper and the person you're giving this information to. There is a connection here, but you got to make that connection between gatekeeper of the crime and information that has been passed along, like a messenger service, like that. There have been messages passed along here, from the gatekeeper to the person. Where are they? They're out there somewhere. They are. They are out there somewhere. There is a gatekeeper, and there is absolutely a gatekeeper in this situation. Yes, there is. There has to be. There has to be a gatekeeper in this crime. That is for fucking sure. Again, why? Because I am not walking into a house that I've never been into before, and I know there are at least 5 cars parked in that parking lot. I better account for all those people who may be driving those cars, because those people could possibly be in the house. How would I know? So I better account for all those cars. I better have a good understanding of who they are and who's driving them cars, because if not, I'm walking into a house with at least 12 fucking people in it. How will I know? Moscow police? You fucking morons! How do you explain that? You can't. Idiots. All idiots. Unless I already know what the situation is there. Somebody told me what's going on. I got the green light. Right? That's the only other way that you're going to do this. Somebody told you now is the time. Otherwise, you ain't going to do this. It's ridiculous. Not like this. And not here. You're going to do it secluded. You're not going to do it again. You're not going to commit a crime like this in the middle of Rome. All these things don't make any sense. So anyway, there is a gatekeeper. We know who it is. The person, we know they got information. They understood what the house was going to be at that moment. Everything was where it was going to be. And we already told this information to people. So we understand where we're at here. We already know what happened to Zan and Ethan. We already understand that. And we already know the situation going on. What's happening here. Yeah. And that's the way it is. Truly. All right. Quick break. We're going to finish Soy Moit. And then we're going to bid goodnight. Maybe, I don't know, a late show. Maybe. Doubtful, but maybe. But let's finish off Soy Moit. Excuse me. God damn you, soy fucking boy. Why do you make me cough? Fucking soy boy. You gave me fucking A's now, you fucking cocksucker. Fuck. Fucking soy boy. Fuck. Oh, God damn. I need a fucking bulldog is what I fucking need. I need a bulldog. Ward off these saw boys. What the fuck is going on here? Eat them up like a little cantaloupes or something. What the fuck? Yeah, fuck off, man. Fuck off. Hey, Mrs. John, you're up next. You're up next, Mrs. John. Yeah, that's right. Right, sing it, baby. Sing it, my love. That's right. That's right, baby. All right. Enough talking about nothing. Claustrophobia, love. All right, yeah. All right. Sometimes we get a little indulgent. It must be the drugs. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not any of that. God. All right, Mrs. John. Are you prepared for what's coming for you? You better be prepared. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. This is 100-year Butterface Battle War. Chapter 27. This is a bad time for Mrs. John and her Butterface army. The siege has been not going so well. Well, we pick it up with chapter 27. Here we go. Don't hold it against me. This is the war you wanted. This is the war you're going to get. Here we go, Mrs. John, you ready? Mrs. John, you ready? Are you eating? All right. Well, all the better then. All the better to spit out the food. All right. Here we go. All right. Hey, welcome. Wait, we got subtitles. Oh, God, I hope we got subtitles. Excuse me. All right. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Taco casserole. Wash my damn hands.
What?
Alright. Doobie the perm. Ground beef.
Oh.
Time for the slasher!
Oh, my. Oh.
Man, there's gonna be lots of funny tonight.
Yeah, I bet. Fucking real funny.
And Rotel.
Yeah, Rotel, you and a... Oh, Master Nature.
Corn, chili, salsa.
Yeah, you're calling Chewy Soda. Get the fuck away from me, Mrs. John.
Lettuce sauce.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
Yeah, ain't awesome.
That's gonna be good.
I ain't eating that shit.
Time for the stir!
Yeah, you... Oh, my fucking God.
Shit. Taco
Yeah.
seasoning.
Yeah, you taco seasoning.
Let's stuff this sucker.
Yeah, you top it off with you
Alright.
in a fucking oven. Oh my God, what is this? What the fuck, Master Nature?
That's good to me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it do. Don't look good to me.
How you think, Grab?
What? What are you talking about here? Get the fuck away from me.
Let's melt it.
That's about it. Oh God. No wonder you have the bubonic plague. You get the fucking bubonic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, oh yeah. Get Master Nature. I fucking hate your guts. I fucking hate your guts. Mrs. John? The war continues. All right. There you go. All right. Oh my God. All right. Hey, sometimes we have to push the boundaries here, just a little. All right. All right. Get the fuck out of here. Just get out of here. Oh my God. All right. Here he is. All right. Speaking of which, I'm sorry. All right, we're going a quick one then. No, Dame Athos. I'm sure your son's tater tot casserole is delicious. I hope he's well. I'm sorry. I didn't know he was. He's not like that, is he? I'm sorry. Dame Athos, I apologize if your son is like that. I'm sure he makes a mean casserole. Snowpia, please get me out of this jam. Can we move to Tibet now so I can get away in a private jet with you and forget all my troubles and just like I really just want to like sit there and like put my hands together and like say oh for like 30 minutes straight, just be like oh I you know what, I think the monks would kick me the fuck out of the sanctuary. I don't think I could do that. Like the monks would like kill me. Like look I'd be like oh, and the monks would be like, we gotta kill this fucking, get him out of here. Throw him off the goddamn mountain, all right? Just get him out of here. I can't meditate with this. Right? I mean, imagine trying to fucking meditate, right? MD, imagine trying to meditate. How would you meditate? MD, how would you meditate? I'm sorry, MD. Maybe I misunderstood your answer there. How would you meditate? Well, I guess he's not going to answer the question. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, and MD, thank you. Good try, and well, there you go. We ain't going to last too long in Tibet, I don't think. Snowpea, I'm sorry, but not with that. Not with that. All right. Anyway, quick break. I hope you like that, Snowpea. I love you. I love all of you. I try to have like little skits for all of you too. By the way, you haven't noticed that. That's because I love you. what we're gonna do. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right. You want the bed, right? Yeah. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. All right. Here's what we're gonna do, my loves. We're gonna end this right now. We're gonna end this. This is part one, though. But then we're gonna get on to part two. Like, what time we got? We're gonna get on to part two in like an hour from now. All right, my love. We're gonna finish Mr. Soymoy off, and we got some tricks up our sleeve coming there. We're gonna finish off the Soymoys, and but I just, you know what? I feel I'm gonna leave it on this note. I'm gonna leave it on this note with you, my loves, and because I feel like I think you and I deserve this. By the way, I'm just saying. So I'm doing it for both of us, okay? I'm doing it for both of us because you know what? I got nothing to prove. I proved my fucking shit. I got nothing to prove. I even put myself in the fucking house, baby. And I went through all the rooms, bit by fucking bit. I sat in the middle of the kitchen and I tried to watch everything that happened here. And still, it does not make any fucking sense. At all. I am bypassing the first room that I encounter. I absolutely don't care what is going on this floor. I don't care who's going to pop out of the bathroom at me. I don't care who's living in this room or that room. I am so enamored by the golden stairs that lead up to the third floor that I am going to go up those stairs and then take a peek at what's going on around there. All the while, a couple of piss buddies could get up, get up, use the bathroom. Who knows who's in that house? Unless you know exactly what the scenario is, what the situation is in that house, unless you have that information. And that's your connection here. Nobody in the right frame of mind is going to enter into a house that they've never been into before. With that many cars parked outside, you're going to have to account for people driving them and maybe doubling that number. If you don't know what's going on in that house, these are the logistics that you're going to have to go through in your brain. There's no way you're going to get an accurate number of how many people may be in that house prior to the time that you enter it without fully understanding that there's only going to be this amount of people here. And the only way you're going to know that is if somebody tells you that. Because, number one, you're not a psychic. You're not me. You're not a psychic. And Kohlberg is not a psychic. Remember, we've been through this. He is not a psychic. Right? And two, just going by the logic of the scene, with that amount of cars in front of the house, just by logic, I would think to myself, if I don't know exactly who's driving these cars and how many people are in them, who may be in the house, I'm not going to go in the house. I mean, there may be 12 people in here, 15, I don't know. Why? Because I can't account for everybody in the cars. That's number two. I mean, what else do you need? I mean, unless you're unless you're a complete retard, you gotta be a complete moron. Or somebody told you, here's what's going on right now. This is a situation. There's this many people in the house. And this is what's going on right now. That's it. And somebody is telling you this in real time. They're communicating this to you. You'd have to. So, yeah, the coast is fucking clear. It's okay. Now's the time to go in. They're all asleep. Whatever. But you're going to get information. There's no other way this scenario works without saying Kohlberger is an absolute complete moron. Because how dumb could... Look. We are talking like sub-sewer fucking intelligence if we're going to do this. We're going to be talking like below the dirt kind of thinking. And that's not Brian Kohlberger. As far as I know, he's not a mole rat. Okay? I think he's a smart guy. And so, yeah, I'm just saying, I think he's a smart kind of guy. He may be psycho, but he's smart. Even with that kind of logic, you're not going to go into the house. You're not that stupid. Look, if you're so hell-bent on that house, fine. But you're going to pick a better day to do it, man. Look, even if Kohlberger, and pardon my French, even if Kohlberger has a hard-on for this house, okay, you're still going to wait and pick a better day to do whatever you want to do. Not with 5 cars in the parking lot. Wait till there's like 1, or 2. That's what it's so stupid. It is so stupid to think about. So what? Listen, even if I park my car around the side of the fucking house, so what? Even if I park my car up there, it doesn't fucking matter where I park it. Idiots like Chris McDonough. It doesn't matter where I park my fucking car. The point of the fact is, I'm entering a house with 5 cars out front. How do I know there's 15, not 15 people inside out? Chris McDonough. This is Chris McDonough. You know who I am. And, I talk in jelly roll. And, I got jelly roll in my mouth. And, they gave me a medal. See, me and my wife, we were vacationing around the fucking crime scene. Remember, I told you the story. Well, we have no reason to be there, but we were there. And I saw that black glove, and I turned it into and they said, well, remember, they patted me on the back. They said, Chris, you're great. Here's a medal. And so me and my wife, then we went to Hawaii. We took a vacation, and I decided to start a podcast. But anyway, Chris McDonough here. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I guess I'm in it. Am I still in the FBI? I don't know. But my name's Chris McDonough. All right. I just float around crime scenes for no reason. All right. That's me. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you very much. My name's Chris McDonough. I'll be here all week. Believe me, you can't get rid of me. Oh, my God. All right, guys. No, we're going to go out like this, all right? Part 2 coming up. Part 2, late show. Well, mid-late show. But we're going to go out like this. I know. We got to keep the suspense up, don't we? We can't finish off the soy boy so easily now, can we? No. No. Absolutely not. All right. But listen. This is all I got to say to you. Really. Here. What's the best one I want to show you here? Yeah, maybe this one. Maybe I like this one. This is the one I like. Because you know what? I don't have to really fucking say any more to you, right? I really do, I? Or you jive talking me, right?
I leave the game just like I came in.
That's right.
Big bad monster who knocks out
That's right.
everybody.
That's right.
No one can whoop him.
That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple of times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. Man, dude. Bad. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Incredible. Fast. Incredible. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are going to bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am. You wait, George fights. George comes out like I named him the mummy.
Well, I hope you like that. All right. Good night, loves. Hey, 1 hour to go. What does that mean? Guess what it means? Means you are the greatest of all time, my love. Greatest. Greatest of all time. Yes, we are. We are the greatest of all time, my loves. 1 hour. 1 hour. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Catch your fucking breath. And we get on to this. Yeah. He, she, baby. That's all right. He, she, baby. That's right.